Good afternoon, family. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime, and today I've got an issue that I want to discuss with y'all that I find very, very hilarious because at this point in time, being that I've collected since 1984, literally since 1984, these have been my main toys that I've always played with, always loved, always had to have one, couldn't leave the store without one from 84 on until manhood, grandfatherhood, husbandhood, and all that stuff. Hasbro, let me ask y'all a question. Didn't y'all say, first of all, two things I want to clear up. Hasbro, y'all said no more movies. And now we got rampant news of movies coming. Don't worry, this is not what the video is about. If a movie happens, it does. I'm just saying, y'all said no more movies. Paramount, y'all said no more movies. And then we get another 2 episodes of a show that you said you weren't going to do. And then we hear that there's 5 movies in the making. Second, I recall there was an interview a couple months ago where they said eventually the 86 line would eventually slow down. That's a lie. That is a complete, bold, utter lie. You know why? Because 86 is your bread and butter. 86 is your meat and potatoes, Hasbro. 86, y'all act like you are selling toys to young children, which I get it. I see Cyber World. I see Cyberverse toys. I have a 5-year-old. I get it. I've bought most of them. I've got a Scorponok over there now for him that he don't even know about. But the point is, there's no way, after you've produced something so great as this, okay? So great as this. And then, 2 years later, a year and a half later, y'all pop out with this. And then, another, you know what I mean? Like, and then shortly after, you pop out with this. The 86 line will never end. It might go under another name. Y'all might do it under another subtitle or whatever. And even this, which is not 86 Blaster. Why? Because I wasn't paying for a whole nother exact replica of this to make this gray. I like it see-through. I want to see what tape is in him. I like knowing what they holding when they in here, okay? There's rules in my room. Again, another slept-on great toy. Do I see them making another one of these? No, because they made Soundwave to compete with this one. But I guarantee you, a few years from now, they'll be like, oh, wait, we could have done this a little bit better. And instead of it being called the movie version or 86, which actually, and that's one of those Mandela things because it's actually called, it just says the movie. Whereas like with Sludge and all them on their boxes, it says clearly 86. I think that y'all are lying. It will never end. And this year we've got Power Glide coming. We've got 86 Sunstreaker coming. We've got 86 Rodimus Prime coming. We've got another 86 Hot Rod coming. Y'all literally just did Hot Rod, like 4 years ago, I believe. And he came with the fishing rod and all that stuff. Wasn't that 86? Or that was just Studio Series? That was just Studio Series by itself. I didn't buy that one because I have Titan's Return. And I like the Headmaster gimmick. And then I get that you're going with the comics. I get that. To the young gentleman, that whoever he was, I hope you're watching tonight, that said, sir, I guess you don't be reading the, I don't what? I don't what? Boy, so many. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. No, I'm not a huge comic person. I was in the 80s when they were a quarter to buy these. I still have the original. Don't play with me. Hold on. I'll take it back to Armada. Yeah, I got comics. Believe that. I have comics. This is the Armada comic from I don't know how long. Yeah. Trust me. I'm up with the book game. I read. Now, the thing is, what I'm saying is, I understand y'all are going with the comic line. That looks great. We're supposed to get 86 Shockwave, who's supposed to turn into his laser gun because the U.S. has no problem with laser guns. I can't wait to see that revealed. Rumored to be late January when we're supposed to see him. And who knows? You know what I mean? Like the way it's going, they show us something in January. The turnaround has been about 3 months. Because like I said in yesterday's video, I was like, I remember hearing about 86 Soundwave, like I said, like a year ago. Super Robot Ed, shout out to you. He had brought it up first, and then everything went quiet. And then it popped up 3 months ago, and now he's here. You know what I mean? So I don't see 86 going anywhere. Would I love to see other iterations? Of course, trans metals. Yeah, more Beast Wars, more just all of it. You know what I mean? No, you don't have to just stick to G1, but I get it, and I know why you do. 86, we got 86 Studio Series, 86, what's his name? Superion. Studio Series, 86 Constructicons. For those of you who keep saying, I can't wait for you to pop up with it. You said you wasn't going to get Megatron. You said you wasn't going to get Soundwave. Megatron was sent to me, first of all. Shout out to you, homeboy. I do love it. I do. I turned it into the tank, and then I didn't tell nobody. And yeah, you said you wasn't going to get Soundwave. Or no, I made a video just saying, was Soundwave too late? Yeah. Well, yeah. I think he should have came out 2 years ago. But if y'all did Hasbro, meaning Hasbro did not plan on making the mold until a year later, that's saying y'all should fire whoever you got planning. Whoever's in your planning committee needs to drop people together. You know what I mean? Remember the old days, like back in the late 90s, 2000s, where if you got Optimus, Megatron was still right there. You know what I mean? If you got the Seekers, then you also got the Dotson brothers. You know, speaking of more 86, we still got the Dotson brothers that are supposed to be in circulation and supposed to be dropping next year at some point. Blue Streak, Prowl, and Smokescreen. Can't wait to see them. We got the 86 Seekers coming. I saw a review on one of them today. So you know what that means. This is December, January, February. So mid-February, 86 Thundercracker will be out. Or in my hand, and I'll be sitting right here in this room on this camera talking to you about how awesome he is and how much taller he is. And that's going to hurt because I have stuck with Siege only because they turn into the Tetra Jets. Only because I have no interest in the Earth modes. I have plenty of other planes. I have a gang of other planes. You'll see there's an empty space right there. Why? Because I was playing with them. Yes, yeah, and that's to the other person in my comments that was like, bruh, when you show them, they just be there with the arm down and like whatever. What you don't understand is I play in here. It's when I come in here, it's 86 again. You know what I mean? So 86 to me, and I don't care what y'all say, Hasbro will never go anywhere. It wouldn't surprise me if another 5-6 years from now, we get another 86, the movie studio series Optimus Prime with even more articulation, pointed fingers, and better color, and cartoon accurate, and so forth and so on. It's going to keep continuing. It's a repeated circle. You will never stop making 86. There was too many good robots in 86. Now, when you look at Age of the Primes, something different. A subline that's new, it's fresh, it's brand new molds. It's got a gimmick if you buy all of them. Which happens to be, honestly, in 2025, out of every toy that I have purchased this year or that has come across my room this year, I will say I have thoroughly enjoyed the Age of the Primes, especially Alpha Trion and Onyx. I know a lot of y'all are like, well, what about Megatronus? Oh, another robot that I said I was not going to buy was Megatronus. And then I saw him at Walmart, and it was $35. So I was like, why not? Age of the Primes is definitely fire. I love the fact, I just can't wait to see what all these weapons turn into. And I'm tired of, I need a hint of something. And we're only waiting on Liege, Maximo, Nexus, Amalgamus. Quintus will be here Friday, I guess, supposedly, whatever. We'll see when Friday comes. It'll be here. But the point is, obviously, I'm going to finish up the 13 Primes. I said I wasn't going to get Star Convoy. To the gentleman who said, I love watching you change your mind. Yes, I do. Yes, I can, just like that. Just like that. Change my mind in a heartbeat. Honestly, when I get in the store, like seeing it in pictures don't do it any justice. You know what I mean? It's like a blind date. You see the pictures and you're like, oh, okay, and you kind of like go with your imagination. But then when you see it, that's when you really decide, do you want it or not? And seeing Star Convoy, I was like, it looks big and hollow. And I watched all the reviews and I was like, he looks all right. And then I saw it like in hand, and I think I was getting like a GameStop. And I looked at the box and held it and whatever, and you know what I mean? And then, it happens. You pull the trigger and then it turns out to be one of your greatest toys ever. So speaking of, let me know what y'all think. What was your greatest toy that you got this year? Who is the toy that you're still looking for that you hopefully get before Christmas or before the year closes out? And last, I'm going to do a poll on this so you don't have to necessarily answer in the comments, but would you like for me, your buddy the 14th Prime, to go ahead and do a top 10 of 2025? Because I'm going to. And you'll see it before the year's over. It's your buddy the 14th Prime.